The other thing that you mentioned earlier, which I found interesting, I'd like you to expound on. You're talking about how how it affects the kid on the corner, and what's going to be better for him. And I know Travis was saying, hey, this is not really a street drug anymore. So you can chime in on what you know it to be if it's not a street drug after she explain yourself as far as the kid on the corner.
I'm not very familiar with marijuana, but from what I know of it and from what I hear people say about marijuana, it tends to have a very uplifting effect. It gives you what they call a natural high. Some people say that it allows them to perform at a better level. Look at Michael Phelps. Is it this one?
I don't know
Olympic gold medalist.
Hey.
And he didn't use any steroids, but he used marijuana.
Okay.
So people, I know lots of professionals functioning in daily life that are able to perform their regular duties, and they come home at the end of the day and smoke marijuana. So in that respect, I don't see them hurting anybody from doing it, and I don't see what the difference is between, say, smoking marijuana and popping a Prozac. Whatever it is that floats your boat.
The key is regulation, because even with Prozac, there's a regulation in place to where it's a prescription drug, so you need to have it prescribed.
But that's all the more reason why you would want to legalize the marijuana
and have certain standards to on who can get it and what age. Those would be all of the critical aspects to really tweak out.
And you asked about the guy on the corner who's selling it, and again, I guess that is my stereotype of how you buy marijuana. Since it is illegal, I still see it as a street drug that you buy it on the corner in an exchange type of thing. And I see, even though I know that there are lots of drugs being used in the suburbs, again, my stereotype is it being an urban sold drug, sold by inner city youth. And I think of the illegality of it and how it forces lots of young men to go through the criminal justice system because of
most of the violent crimes though aren't typically around marijuana. I mean, you get some trickle effect of that, but for the most part it's not a whole lot of violence associated with marijuana.
Well, the other thing that's I wanted to offer here and share is that it's not just the inner city kids that are actually selling this. This is a very, very highly trafficked drug in the suburban communities. And it's done, from typical mall handshakes. That's right, door to door. And Travis, tell us what you think of the case on that. That's from my opinion. I'm sure
in the suburbs, I mean, the marijuana is, I mean, that's why it's almost a mockery, because it's, it's prolific in our society, and a lot of people feel like Obama dropped the ball by not really fully addressing it in his.
That was actually the number one question.
Because it was the number one question, and he kind of marginalized it and shoved it under the rug as if, well, it's just, I'm not, it's only a couple of weirdos out there that, are interested in this, when it's actually, quite prolific in the society. So given the numbers in which it's, which is used and which is trafficked, it would be more beneficial to legalize it and regulate it. Have it regulated, and then obviously there's no market for the illegal trafficking of it once you do that.
Interesting. All right, well, folks, you got the opinion and views of our guests here today. They are for the legalization of it, and if you are against it, or if you did have an opinion, hopefully what we discussed will assist in you, hashing out your own thoughts on the topic. All right, so until the next face-off, take care.